By Carrie Lucas, a Virginia mom of 5, and her 13-year-old daughter Meredith, currently a Virginia public school 8th grader. Carrie and Meredith, thank you very much for being here. So Carrie, you heard Jillian's report, and the Department of Education of Virginia obviously is trying to reframe this. They are saying that they are not eliminating accelerated advanced courses are still very much a part of the plan to succeed in the 21st century economy. So what's going on with all this? Were we misled in the first place, or what's your take?
You know, I do think that Virginia must be hearing from a lot of parents, and it's no surprise. Parents have just been incredibly frustrated over this last year by the loss of learning, as so many Virginia schools have remained closed. And it is incredibly frustrating to have them toying with the idea of reducing the rigor and math of all things. And I just want to point out that, you know, this may have been done in the name of equity or floated in the name of equity, but we've seen tons of Virginia families are pulling their kids from the public schools because they think they're not providing a good education. They eliminate math programs, advanced math programs. Families with means are going to escape and take their kids to private schools, and it's going to be those who are not able to leave the schools that are going to suffer the most. So this is not going to advance equity.
Yeah. So Meredith, you're in 8th grade, and you are in an advanced level. I know there's a couple different levels of advanced in 8th grade, but what do you think when you hear that that they might not be available until the later grades, and that you won't be taking something called geometry or calculus necessarily in high school?
I really like my math class right now because it's the right level for me, but I know if it was easier, I would be very bored and would not enjoy it. I also hate the idea of my little siblings not being able to have the same opportunities in math as I have.
Yeah, you know, Carrie, I don't know about you, but if they had eliminated geometry and calculus, I would have been really excited about that move. But I know that because I'm more of an English history kind of kid. But I do think when you apply to college, I mean, I remember with my kids, they want to know, you know, have you taken Algebra 1, Algebra 2, geometry, calculus, you know, pre-calc, all of those classes, and they don't. That's the language that college applications generally speak, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we hear from businesses all the time how difficult it is to find American workers who are able to fulfill good jobs with math and science. It seems crazy to be trying to walk back this most important core curriculum. I mean, Virginia's made a big mistake. I feel like they should be trying to give parents more options. Kids deserve more individualized learnings. You know, I'm one of those who thinks that we should all be given the choice to choose our schools. I know there's a lot of people frustrated enough with Virginia public schools that we just want a voucher or a way to have a choice so we could choose something different for our kids.
But that's the big question. Are you going to make a different choice now for Meredith or for your younger kids? What are you going to do?
I don't think that we can afford to pull all of our kids out of the public schools. It's tempting. I know a lot of people out there are making big sacrifices, but you know, I think we're going to stick with our public schools for now. But try to be noisy about what we want, and we really want challenging and a focus on academics, not on politics.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is probably not the conversation that's being had in places like China. I think we're, you know, like 17th or 38th in math and science against developed nations. I mean, I think a lot of other countries are working hard to push their kids to accelerate more quickly, not to pull people back.
Exactly. And this whole idea of trying to find a one-size-fits-all level of math or any discipline is just crazy when you think of the movement in the modern world to really individualize things and recognize people as individuals with different learning needs. It's just crazy to have one track for something like math.
Yeah. Meredith, first of all, Meredith, I do not mean to disparage math or science. I'm just feeling very inadequate when I hear you say that you really like them and you're excelling in them. So I'm really proud of you. What do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a hard question. There's many options, but yeah.
I think you have a little time to think it over, Meredith, then. I'm sure you're going to be very successful. Carrie and Meredith, great to talk to you both. Thank you very much for being here today, and best of luck with all of this.
Thanks very much.
So that's the story of Tuesday, April 27, 2021. But as always, the story continues, and we will see you live from Washington tomorrow at 3 o'clock as we gear up for President Biden's first joint address.